It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. There's Ace Cosby. Once again, he's at the OmahaSteaks.com Ace Cosby Joke of the Day desk. Some jokes are well done. Bad jokes are rare. But Omaha Steaks, that's no joke. Josh Arnold's right over there.
Hi.
He's in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair and at the desk. Christy Lee's over there. There's Chintzy Chick and Tom. There's Willie. And that's Pat Godwin over there working on a song. Are we going to, Pat, can we get your, is it a Hawaiian tribute?
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, so there's, so pretty soon we'll all be in Hawaii. I hope.
Yeah, it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
A nice vacation.
Never
again. Yeah, me neither. Christy, you been to Hawaii?
Yes, for 3 days, remember? Remember that infamous trip?
3 days from hell?
Yes, forget that I asked that question.
Yeah.
I was there.
You remember why she was there?
I was there to see Pearl Jam.
Honeymoon.
No, it wasn't a honeymoon. Remember we landed at the hotel and I went up to the desk to get a rental car and I said, here's our hotel. And the rental guy goes, I've never heard of that place.
Not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
Boy, no.
And we pulled up and it looked like it had been bombed. I literally started crying and I said, I will not stay here. I couldn't. I couldn't.
Well.
Diva alert.
Yeah.
Well, right this way, Miss Ross.
But
None of you would have. If you were going to Maui and had to stay in a hotel that it was beyond bad.
Wasn't the
pool.
Wasn't the door plywooded shut or something?
Yeah, and the pool was completely just, it was so disgusting.
Hey, I won't let you besmirch my old Hawaiian place. That's right, Ray. That's right. It's Aruba Ray. I used to be Hawaii Harry.
Or Maui Murray.
Yeah. Sometimes when you're in what's almost a foreign land, you got to be careful.
So I did find a nice hotel, and I chose to stay there the whole time and not leave.
All right. Okay.
That's
Well, I bring this up because Pat has a surprise for us all.
Oh, a Hawaii
Now?
story?
This is going to make a couple of sounds with the guitar. Hold on.
Right.
Okay.
I was not prepared.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd be over there. Not.
I have to plug into a different.
Okay. We're plugging it. While we do that, I'll tell a quick story about a foreign land.
Well, he's ready now.
He's ready.
I was.
You think Hawaii is a foreign land?
I said it jokingly, of course, but it's certainly a different place than the continental United States.
Oh, definitely.
Perhaps. And the other side of the ocean, in the Caribbean, I'm currently reading the Peter Frampton book.
Yes.
It's great. It's just wonderful.
I wanted one of them.
And there's a situation in which post live album, he gets into a really serious accident, and he's got broken bones, and they're about to operate on him in I believe he's in Nassau, the Bahamas, and then if his management comes in and they fly him to New York for a different doctor, and later on he goes back there and goes back to the Bahamas, and if the scene goes something like this, he says, well, yeah, I was going to be here, and whatever his name was, Dr. Stuart Ramsey
whatever.
Bonifer was going to operate on me, and they call him, oh, you mean Bonifer the butcher? Yeah, he operated on my brother, and he almost lost his arm or something. So,
Yikes.
yeah, so sometimes you want to go to the old place. Now, Pat, is this working for you?
It is.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, now all I know about this is it's about Hawaii, right?
Well, this is called the coconut song. The coconut comes from the coconut tree. It's part of the cocoa palm family. It's technically a fruit, not a nut at all. It looks like a hairy bowling ball. To get the fruit, you must shake a tree. Hairy coconuts for you and me. To get the juice, you must bust the nut. It's hard to crack open, wants to stay shut. Some people don't like hairy coconuts. They'd rather take their nuts to super cuts. Josh likes this place called the Naked Monkey. He thinks hairy coconuts get too funky. So he shaves his junkie. Straight from the purpose of the coconut song, I've belabored the point and it's gone on too long. The coconut is a fruit, not a nut at all. I prefer coconuts to hairy balls.
Okay.
I see. A nice tribute to the coconut.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Pat. Josh, it's my understanding that you've been working a little bit on something in the background here.
Well, the Consensuals got together, yeah. And they put together a song.
What?
Yeah, Joshua Earl Arnold and the Consensuals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does this need any special introduction?
No, it's, you know what? It's just maybe it's somewhat Thanksgiving related. So, yeah, just take a listen.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, it's the what was it again?
Joshua Earl Arnold.
Joshua Earl Arnold and the Consensuals.
Well, dinner is done. It sure was great. You could have fed an army with the food I ate. I must have filled my plate a good 6 or 7 times. The table's clear, dishes are done, and the house is ours. Now the family is gone. You say, let's have some fun, and I can read between the lines. You walk over to me, you say, get out of that chair. You sit on my lap and say, let's head upstairs. You run your hand through my hair and slip your tongue in my ear. You're looking good with just that apron on, but I'm afraid my libido is up and gone. I just ate a ton, and I've got some bad news, my dear. I'm too full to fuck. Maybe you're out of luck. I'd get up if I could, but I'll be damned if I ain't stuck. I'm too stuffed to screw. To make love on you. I'm short of breath and intercourse, something I can't do. I'm too bloated to bang. My belly's covering my work. I'm just one man, but right now I weigh as much as a gang. Feel like I could pop. I got a deuce to drop. After that we could try, but babe, you'll have to be on top. Cause I'm too full to fuck. So babe, you're out of luck. You're out of luck. I guess I couldn't blame you if you called your old boyfriend Chuck. 10-inch Chuck. Cause darling, I'm too full to fuck.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh, yes. The
Joshua Earl Arnold and the Consensuals. I was wondering when the Consensuals were going to kick in.
Yeah.
I didn't even hear them on tambourine. Are they there? I couldn't see them. Wow. Well,
Sure to be a Thanksgiving classic.
Yeah, it may happen. May happen to you this Thanksgiving. Don't overeat. You know.
won't happen to you.
Well,
Be all by yourself and everything. Oh my God, there he is.
There's our buddy.
There's a floating Greek head there.
our good pal.
Hi,
Costaki Economopoulos, comedian and NFL guy, and the proprietor of All Pro Lines, where pro football and pro comedians collide, and amateur comedians too. You can submit your NFL-related or sports-related jokes to Costaki.
He's not a floating head. I mean, there's his shoulders.
Oh, there you go. Okay. There we go. Shoulders, knees, and toes.
Shoulders,
Hi, Costaki. How
go
are you?
you chicken fat.
I'm good.
Okay.
Good to see you.
See you. What's the latest? How are your Atlanta Falcons doing, sir?
Oh, they lost again. That's how they do. They lost to the Saints. Drew Brees missed this week with 11 fractured ribs. The usual treatment for that. Barbecue sauce. That's a lot of ribs.
That's a half rat.
Taysom Hill got the start. Taysom Hill sounds like one of the lesser-known battles from the Revolutionary War.
Battle of Taysom Hill. I agree.
Yeah. Or the follow-up to Dawson's Creek this week on Taysom Hill.
Yeah. Very good.
Former Buck Jameis Winston would have been the more obvious starter. Winston must have been pleading with Coach. You know I can do this, Coach. I've been throwing the ball to Saints players for years. Jameis was listed as questionable. He's not hurt, just questionable. The Saints had 8 sacks against the Falcons. Did Dan Quinn come back to guest coach the Falcons left tackle or something? What happened? My team is so terrible.
No.
Julio Jones has hamstring issues again. This guy gets hurt more than a comedian reading YouTube comments.
Oh, that's funny.
That's dumb.
That can apply to almost any profession. I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you don't want to read them. The haters
I thought
are out
you'd
there.
enjoy this. Casey Funky at All Pro Lines jumped in and tagged this joke with, he walked off the job like he was Chad Zamuk. There you go.
I see.
Oh, yeah, sure did.
Famous comedian who walked out of our show after
Yes,
10
sir.
seconds.
Yeah.
I say famous only because he's famous for doing that.
Right. It was during my call-in. You might not remember
that's
that.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like,
Oh, that's
how come
right.
these jokes aren't working? Oh, there's something weird happening.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Now, Costaki, if we could break away for just a second. First off,
Yeah.
if people want to participate in the All Pro Lines extravaganza, how do they do that?
Just go to @AllProLines on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and we're writing jokes and doing setups and punchlines, and there's memes, and if I write a joke, you're welcome to pile in and tag one, whatever works. It's been super interactive and fun. I love it.
I made a couple memes last night and sent them to you.
He did. They're posted on my Instagram as well. They're very funny, I must say. They're kind of a visual. I almost wrote them down. I don't know if you want to try to pull one off, but they're funny.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Give me an example, Josh.
This week there was a popular picture of Derek Carr going around where he looks pretty upset. So I memed. He's looking upset. He's staring sort of like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining. I said, "Oh, this is me." When the person ahead of me at the Chinese buffet takes the last crab rangoon.
I see.
That was one of them, yeah.
You're very good, very good. And you can participate as long
Just
as
one.
let people know once you get
here's the All Pro Lines fan joke of the week from Nick Berger this week. Phillip Rivers threw for 300 yards to 9 different receivers, and that was just to his kids in the backyard.
He's got a lot of kids.
Very fertile.
Nick Berger's a good dude, funny guy.
Have you ever heard Chick McGee's impression of Phillip Rivers? It's been one of my favorites for years, even when he was in San Diego.
I got 9 kids, man. I don't remember I got to yell like this because that's the only way you get hurt in my house, yelling like, oh, damn kids. My wife's vagina is a clown car. It's unbelievable.
Unnecessary. I'm so sorry. Sorry, Philip. Where were we? So, Costaki, are you in Atlanta, Georgia right now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so you're doing Thanksgiving. Now, who all's there? Your mom?
Yeah, we've been sort of here with Mom, so it'll be our little group and my brother's family. We're going to have 2 tables in the backyard. We're going to try to be safe and still together.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
and then with your Greek heritage, I assume there's some unusual Greek dish at Thanksgiving.
Unusual?
They sit down for...
You mean something wrong is what you mean.
I assume you guys have Thanksgiving heroes over there.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, there's a lot of great things from Greek culture, of course. I was just wondering if those wonderful
We're
people
Greek American
from Greece who had
my-
moved over there, do they put honey in the turkey? Is there something that's, like that balaclava stuff? Whatever.
Baklava.
Yes.
Baklava, whatever.
Olives,
Yeah,
put
tzatziki,
olives in,
right. Yeah,
olive
right.
casserole. Yeah, sure.
Grape
We
leaves.
do the traditional turkey and stuffing and everything, and then baklava at the end. You know, the way the Pilgrims did. They loved their phyllo dough. You know that.
But it's Greek, so they stuff the turkey from behind.
Ah, yes.
Yay!
You're back, Jake. You're back.
Classic.
Good joke when
There it
everybody
is.
stuffs the
There it is.
What, do you go through the front?
Of course.
Well, your front's my behind. No, wait a minute. What?
Yes,
So
in America,
we
stuff
the
it from the
joke
front.
police. You're the joke police now. Is that right?
Joe Police is here.
You just wait.
It's comedian Nick Griffin. Now, are you all by yourself in your pad there?
Actually, this is not my pad. This is my girlfriend's pad. I'm over on the east side. It's gotten really bad in some areas of New York City in terms of crime and stuff. And so I moved from my place to here about 6 months ago.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Great.
So you're living with your girlfriend?
I
Wow.
I am. I know it's a big a big surprise to a lot of people.
Now, is she gone a lot?
No, she's not. We have a small studio. It's funny. She works all day, and I sit behind her like I'm waiting for her to get off work.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Does she have a sort of a job that requires a lot of focus and work and effort?
It does. Yeah, she's a lawyer and a patent attorney, electrical engineer. She's
wow.
she's got a PhD in electrical engineering, and I do not.
So have you, in the course of this relationship, have you been able to come up with any really funny electrical engineering gags? I guess.
Yeah, she's got a PhD. She's got a PhD, and I always say that PhD is when the college actually tells you can go home now. We've given you everything that we have here.
Yes. I see. So now, are you doing the cooking and the cleaning, or are you doing anything?
No. I'm cleaning a little bit. Look, it's slowly learning how to be a person again. Yeah, I mean, she's obviously much cleaner than I am, much more accomplished. So it's one of those like romantic comedies where people are completely different and they try to make it work, you know?
Yeah, well, that sounds good.
It's great.
Yeah.
So are you writing another horror movie, or are you working on your comedy? Have you come up with any any COVID jokes? Anything going on there about the contemporary?
I have been working. Yeah, well, I have. As I said, I spent a lot of time on the first of the COVID by myself, and I was beginning to think I was lonely, and then I got around a bunch of people, and I was like, well, that's not it. So,
No, seriously, are you working on another one of your horror books? I know that or screenplays, I should say.
Yeah, I just finished one. I have a manager, and she has sent it out over the last 2 weeks, and so yeah, it's being looked at, and we have high hopes. I wrote it with another comic who lives up in Providence, Rhode Island, and yeah, it's going well.
Now, Josh was talking about a Thanksgiving-themed horror film. What was it called again, Josh?
Thanksgiving. Are you familiar with that? About a murderous turkey?
I have not heard of Thanksgiving.
Okay, yeah.
It would have been really bad if you said, oh, my God, that's what we just did.
You're not going to believe it.
I have to call my lawyer.
Is your new script associated with any particular time of year or holiday or something like that? Is there like a theme, sub-theme?
It's not. It's about, it takes place after a horror fan convention. So,
cool.
That's a good idea.
I actually went to a horror fan convention and had some experiences, so I incorporated into this genius screenplay, and it won't be long now.
All right.
That's right. Yeah. Just waiting.
All right. Well, we hope that you can get back out there. Have you practiced your comedy act at all in the last few months?
Yeah, I have been on the road a few weeks. I was in Michigan and Virginia. And that was nice. You know, I've been on the road so much in my life, and I got into a hotel, and I love hotels because I've been there forever. But I noticed you're never on your best behavior in a hotel. In all my years, I don't think I've ever walked out of a hotel room and thought, I'm very proud of what I just did in there.
Now, I don't want to belabor the point, but there's an interesting story about you doing one of your many, many appearances on the great David Letterman show, and you forgot your act.
I did.
And I was just wondering, but have you, when you went to Michigan, for example, did you remember everything when you got up there?
Yeah, it was slow. I mean, I had been doing little, you know, in New York City, they've really been pretty creative. They've done a lot of park shows. I did a lot of shows in Central Park and Prospect Park, and a lot of rooftops. People are doing stand-up on rooftops. And so I knew about the first 15 minutes of my act. And but the rest, you know, you're just kind of hemming and hawing, and you got a little piece of paper up there, and you're shucking and jiving. But once I did it once I did one 45-minute set, I pretty much had it down again. Yeah, because I obsess, as you guys know, about my act and writing more jokes and getting it right. So I was pretty ready, and desperate to do it.
Okay, well, I should point out that Nick Griffin is our guest, one of our favorite comedians, as I mentioned, a veteran of the David Letterman show. What was that the first late night show you ever did?
I did the Late Late Show with Craig Kilborn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The woman who booked Kilborn also booked Letterman. She was there to see me do audition for Letterman, and then I guess she wasn't pleased with it. She goes, but you can do Kilborn, and I ended up doing Kilborn about, it was a couple years before I got Letterman after that, yeah.
And then Kilborn, of course, went on to do the show Hello, Larry. Thank you for getting that, Nick.
I of course I get it. I'm a huge MASH fan. So.
That one of the greatest mistakes in the history of decisions, I think. I'll leave it. Nick Griffin is one of our favorites. Nick, we can't wait to see you back out on the road and on the TV. And good luck with your new horror film. And congratulations on. I think we're a little bit stunned. This is a 6 months locked up in a studio apartment with an extraordinarily bright woman.
Yeah,
and you haven't killed each other.
No, we've been great. No, it's been really easy, and we're doing our best. Of course, I'm divorced, so I'm cautiously optimistic, and she's super optimistic, which is annoying. I almost feel like breaking up with her just to teach her a lesson.
That'll teach her.
Yeah. Oh, God. Nick is the best. Thank you so much, Nick. It's great seeing you. And congratulations on the
Thanks, guys. Love you.